My mother is a soldier who veteran.
Hey, hey, hey. Picture this. You're on your personal development journey and you've reached the level where it says you need to start a good fitness routine for your life. Whether you're trying to deal with weight, mobility, flexibility, therapy, whatever it is, like physical therapy, there's going to the need for a fitness routine in your life is there. It's very important for us to do what we need to do to keep our bodies working the most efficiently. So take time and get efficient workouts that can be done at home. All right, so my bad. These are the 3 things that you need to know about this, and then we'll do the 2 reasons why. So in the event that, you only got a little bit of time, you can just get the key point of what we're going to be talking about. So you want to make sure that you're efficient, or your workouts are time efficient, and that you can do them at home. And as I was saying before, make sure that you're exercising for a reason. Don't just be waking up and doing it for the hell of it. Target certain areas so that you know when you've reached the goal, when you can stop doing this kind of exercise now. Core strength, flexibility, cardiovascular health, that's another one, like heart health too. So moving on. And then you want to learn how you can incorporate fitness into your busy schedule without sacrificing other responsibilities. We've been talking about a couple of different things, but everything is going to come back down to alignment and then balance, boundaries. Those are the really big core things. So these are the results. I talk about all the results really in these videos and in these chats, but the work is kind of bigger, and it's the more so accountability, responsibility, self-love, self-care, vector living. There's 21 topics of growth and change that I really get into, but these are the results of doing all of those things. So setting boundaries, getting in alignment, and that other thing I had mentioned. Those are the ways that you will be able to accomplish this. These are not things that you can just wake up one day and just be like, boom, I have a great fitness routine in my life. These are skills that you have to develop over time. And so we'll just keep on going. Now, the reason why it's important to do this is so that you can have, obviously, good physical energy, good health, and that you can set a positive example for your children, because we're here chatting primarily to mothers because there's so much responsibility on mothers. I only know the responsibilities of mothers, and it's crazy story. I'm at work yesterday doing my thing, living my life, and my coworker walks in and someone who I know, one of my neighbors went over Niagara Falls with her kids last night. So this shit is happening in real time. You hear about things like this happening, oh, I heard, once upon a time, back in the day, but it's this is not back in the day. This literally happened the day before yesterday. And the children were young. These children weren't even teenagers yet. So it's just a lot. It's a lot to unpack being a mother. And unfortunately, that is the outlier, or the biggest end result for not doing the things that we talk about. The reason why I do this is honestly to prevent that kind of response or feeling like that's your only option. This is going to be a long one. I ain't even got into it yet, because I think when a lot of people be feeling oh when it comes to the body and the mind, and it's literally no. If your body and your mind are not working, how are you living? You, especially people who be like, oh, I love God. How can you love God and the gift that he gave you, you just do whatever you want to do with? And I'm not no perfect person. Like there are things that I can do better as well. But again, this is why I begin with myself. And as I've gotten further on this journey, I'm like, there are so many people who just haven't in real life. Like you see the 20 or 30 people on the YouTube channel, or let's even if you say 1,000 people on the internet that got their shit together, so-called. And then as we keep living and living, we keep finding out more and more that these people really don't have their shit together and they're freaking liars. And that we really got ourselves together more than they do, and we don't even think we got our shit together. So anywho, it is very important. It is the most important. It is like your duty. It's your job. It is your karma. It is what you signed up for. You contracted yourself to be a good example to your children, to show your children self-control, self-love, to show children what it is like to be about the self, what it's like to start with the self. That's what you signed up for when you decided to give birth to and keep a child, because adoption's always a thing. It's always been a thing. So once we decided that we were going to keep these kids for whatever reason, now we've got to make sure that we are the best physically, mentally, and emotionally that we can be. That's it. That's your only goal as a parent. Like providing for your kids and feeding them and all, like, I mean, obviously you have to feed them and stuff like that. But some people really, they just be like, oh, I feed my kids this and my kids eat that. And this, you know what I'm saying? Who even knows? Sometimes that shit don't even be good food, I guess is what I'm trying to say. People think that they're doing stuff, but they're really not doing nothing at all. Or they're feeding their kids good food, but they don't feed their kids love. They don't feed their kids honesty. They don't feed their kids good examples. They don't feed their kids good entertainment or good conversation or good environment. Like, yeah, you cook them 3 square meals a day and you bake cookies and all of that type of stuff, but are you positive? Are you showing them what it's like to live outside of the matrix type shit? You know what I mean? Like, or are you just raising more cogs in the wheel? I went there. So anyways, well, I guess we're going to talk about this real quick because I really do want to keep this under 15 minutes. Now, time efficient workouts. I start my workouts off at 5 minutes. Like when I first started doing my workouts, I was doing 5-minute workouts because that's all I had. I didn't have the mental capacity to be sitting here doing this, and I just didn't have myself together enough to be doing more time. Now I do 15 minutes still, because the mental capacity and time more than anything, because sometimes when I'm done with my 15, I'm like, damn, I could easily do another 15, but I got to get ready for work. So I don't. And then on the weekends, I relax and chill and I do other things. Like I wake up and I do school on the weekends. So it is possible. I do my workouts first thing in the morning because that's the number one time I can control. Once I leave my front door, who knows what the fuck is going to happen. But before I leave my front door, anything that I need to do for myself, I can do then. Anything I need to do, exercise, drink my water for the day, journal, meditate, whatever I need to do. That's the best time for me to do it, is before I leave my house in the morning. And I used to just do dance workouts, and then I was like, I'll mix up the dance workout so that like I don't get bored or whatever, but I didn't stick to that. But what I do now, and I don't know if it's because I'm older and I'm in more pain, but like I'm in the, wake up and you just in pain. I'm in I'm over 35 now. So it's like I'm 36, but still I'm over 35. Anywho, I've been doing my shoulders for a hot minute. I injured my shoulder in 2022. It's 2024. And I didn't go to physical therapy, and it feels fine for like a season or so. But when the weather changes, when it gets cold, you know how that goes. So now I'm like, all right, this is something I have to continuously work out, continuously work on, because as it heals, I feel like maybe different, like it might be spreading to other areas of my shoulder because all the muscles are together. Long story short, work on what you need to work on for your body. For me right now, it's shoulders, but you can do leg workout, you can do core workout, you can do like I was mentioning, cardiovascular, like whatever it is that you need to do it for you. And that's how you're going to stay consistent, especially if it's something that's going to be like making you feel better. Now, time efficient workouts, when I was talking about that, I basically broke down how you incorporate it into your busy schedule without sacrificing other things. You start off in small increments of time, and you do it at a time when you know your day is yours. So somebody, it may not be first thing in the morning. It may not be when they first wake up. I don't imagine why not. I don't know whose life is out of control as soon as they wake up, and then they all of a sudden have more control at night at all, especially if you're a mom, because who's to say you got your kids are gone to sleep or whatever the case may be. But do whatever's best for you. Now, your physical health is directly related to your energy level. If you are physically healthy, you have more energy. That's just how it goes. You cannot be physically healthy and then be all zapped out of energy, because if you are, then obviously something is not right with your health. So fitness, working out, getting your heart going is a big part of making sure that you're physically healthy. I don't really feel like I need to go into that in depth, but yeah. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I did a lot of talking about setting a positive example for your children. Like, who are you raising? Like, what are you contributing to society through your children? Because your children are not going to always be your children. One day they're going to be outside being adults, and they're going to be out here in the world. And as a mother of 4, I can honestly say it is not always the parent. It's not always the parent. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. I will always take responsibility for anything that I can take responsibility for when my children are like, you know what I mean, when I need to. But yeah, it's just too important. Like, it's just too important. I can't even express enough, and I feel like I need to get an expert. If I get an expert on something, I'm gonna get an expert on fitness, and they're gonna talk about it, because y'all, I feel like this is too important. But thank you for listening. If you want to talk more, let me know. Hit me up in the comments. Find me somewhere. What is it, in the info box? Hit up the info box if you want to chat more, like on a personal note. Have a wonderful day. We got this.